It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I was just about to open this beer and I realised that I didn't know really that much about the brewery at all. I didn't even know the real brewery name because there's a word on here, Meckatzer Lo. Now, for somebody who lives in Wales, not in Germany, of course, that might be confusing for them because you think of Lowenbrau and you think of Lowenbrau, don't you? But it's actually another brewery. It's Meckatzer Lo, and they've been going since 1738. Just been on their website. Their website is fantastic. Just read through a little bit about their history. So we'll talk about that in a moment. But first of all, I want to get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. This is their Fest Ma. It's 5.6% ABV in a brown bottle with the bottle cap there. The beer cost me £3.95. Picked it up in my local bottle shop. These stickers never come off to relieve the label. Show the label off on or the bottle cap even. Never mind though, never mind. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. It's something I used to love to do. I could spend hours looking at brewery websites. And I love under the segment Our History or the history of the brewery. And I love going back, digging down and reading about the brewery's origins and their roots. If you haven't done it, if you've never done it, especially with a brewery like this that has been going since 1738, that's like nearly a million years, isn't it? Then it's worth doing. It's worth doing because there's always talk of struggles. The struggles to get the brewery up and running and make it become successful. And it's a fantastic read because sometimes, I mean, if you look at the Japanese brewer, they're massive now. Think of the name of them. They bought Fuller's a few years ago. The name will come to me anyway in a moment. If you read their brewery history, they struggled for the best part of 100 years. They were just struggling along for 100 years. And then all of a sudden, they had this kind of, they just built enough momentum to carry on going. And now they're buying breweries up all over the world. They're one of the biggest breweries in the world. And the name of this Japanese brewery has escaped my mind, but I'm sure it'll come to me. For some reason, I got Kirin in my mind, and I can't get Kirin out of my head. That's another Japanese brewery. But we're not here to talk about Japanese breweries. We're here to talk about this wonderful looking Fest Beer Ma. We got a 2-finger white head. It's a nice kind of quite tight head on the beer. Good levels of carbonation rolling up the middle of the glass. It's a deep golden coloured ale that's quite clear. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, that just smells super. A real biscuity breadiness coming through. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Biscuity, bready, wafer-like, a little bit of a hop character coming through, spicy and peppery. The beer was kindly sent to us from our... No, it wasn't. It wasn't sent by our channel sponsors. I've gone out and bought this, haven't I? I've just said I've gone out and bought this. There was a label on the top. Whenever I have a German beer, I think of Beers of Europe because I generally get my German beer from Beers of Europe. But no, this was not sponsored by anyone bar me. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, stone the crows. Stone the crows. That is a big malty monster of a beer. Oh, it's like a malty soup. Big, biscuity, bready, wafer flavours coming through. Nice and sweet over here, but sweet from the malt. Sweet from the malt, and that's it. And then on the back end, you're left with this wonderful finish. This wonderful, spicy, peppery, bitter, herbal, peppery finish. Wonderful. And it's a longing bitterness on the beer. It's like a stinging nettle flavour on the beer. Now, I've just finished reviewing a Greek lager, and I described that Greek lager as very German-like. It was Alpha Beer that I've just finished reviewing, and I said that was like a German Helles lager. I'm really pleased. My next beer review is a slightly higher ABV actual German beer, because it's just taken me on that journey, that malty, herbal, stinging nettle journey that you get from German beer. I really think this is the year. This is the year. Maybe I take my wife to Germany. Maybe we travel around a bit of Germany. And I've been to Germany twice. I've been to Hamburg and I've been to Frankfurt. And on both of them occasions, I visited wonderful breweries and I ate great food and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. But I was on my own. My family have not experienced Germany. And I would just love to go, to be honest. I would just love to go to... Me and my wife, we love Weissbier. We're big Weissbier fans. And I can imagine... Because I'll try all of the different beers, me. I'll try these Mazens. I'll try all the different beers from whatever styles they got. I'll be drinking Dunkels and loads and loads of different beers. And my wife will probably stick to drinking Weissbiers and maybe a Dunkel Weiss. I'll be on the Doppelbox and all sorts of German beer, me. I absolutely love it. But that urge is just growing and growing and growing inside me. So Fest Mazen. So a Mazen used to be brewed in March, and it used to be then aged for a while, and then sold maybe in the autumn months. Am I right? Or maybe it was brewed over the winter months, and maybe it was launched in March. But Mazen generally means kind of March, spring-like beer. But a Fest Mazen, of course, is Christmas time, isn't it? I promised to talk about the little bit of history about the brewery that I know. It's all German on the back here. They got this new thing now, slow brewing. Now, when the brewery first started, 1738, of course, every new brewery, unless you're one of those breweries with a silver spoon, unless you've got that kind of magic touch. Some of these breweries have a magic touch and they just kick off and they just fly, don't they? But for most breweries, for a big part of probably a brewer's life, if he decides to open a brewery, it's a struggle. It's a real struggle. And this is a story of struggle with this company. The husband and wife, they resisted multiple takeovers. Lots of people wanted to take over their company. Meckatzer Lo. And they resisted and they kind of struggled on and to where they are today. So of course they're still not alive. They're not alive anymore. 1738. But the brewery lives. It's that lion there on the label. And in 2020 they invested something like £12 million in what I can only perceive, because of the translation of the website, was cellars. They built these cellars, and I think that's got something to do with the slow brewing. I think that's got a lot to do with the slow brewing that's written on the back of this bottle. I think that's a big part of what this brewery does. So cellar is the store, so Keller Beer. Lager also means to store. So they've gone along the lines of producing really good quality lagers, I imagine, by cellaring it, by storing it, by slow brewing it. And you can really sense it. You can sense the quality in this beer here. Absolutely, absolutely wonderful, wonderful stuff. I'd love to try more from this brewery. Would love to try more. Okay, I'm going to rate this. It looks good. It smells good. And it tastes good. I like it enough to... Wow. Right at the end, I like it enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 for Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!